Hello, hello, hello. This is Els coming to you from Beamer's Crafty Corner. And today we're going to take a look at this project. You know, I've been getting a lot of stuff lately, like this little book here. And I want to kind of do a project with the stuff that I get. So I did the little project with this. You guys may have remembered this was that little spring envelope, the spring book that I made for my friend. I'm going to put some seed packet in here and send this off to her. And so she can plant some pretty flowers. And I'm just going to tuck a seed packet in right back here and send that off to her. And I thought that was kind of neat. So on my Scaventured uh, earlier, I actually got some of these books from Seven Gypsy. And what they are, let's take a look at them. So I got these. I got this one here, Life is Good, and this one for Paris. And so I have I got those, and I opened one of them up, and this is what it looks like on the back, and this is the front, and inside they're just plain. And I did punch double holes here, and that's for a reason. So I took this, and basically I measured it out. It's about 14 centimeters. So I took the 14 centimeters, and I figured about 3.5 centimeters in, and I punched a couple of holes using my version of crocodile. And then I got some thinner chipboard here, and I use this just to create some pages, round all my corners, put my holes in the right spots, and realized I needed to put some pockets inside the covers here. So I've got one that goes over here on my front cover, and I matched up the hole. And I've got one that goes on my back cover and matched up the hole. And then I cut down some pieces of paper. And this is Anna Griffith paper. It's older paper. It's no longer in circulation. But I cut that down to match my pages. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is gluing these pockets on and putting my paper on to my pages and making sure I get all my holes put in where they need to be. And then I'm also going to be inking up my edges and rounding all my corners and getting everything ready. So I'll be back as soon as I get all my corners ready. So I went ahead and I cut all my pieces, got all my corners rounded. Look, for those of you that want to complain about it, I inked all the edges on both sides of all of the pages. Okay, I even inked the pockets. I cut the paper down for the pockets, decided what I was going to put on the inside covers of the book. And to make sure that I had this right, I wrote on the book itself a T for top. That says that's the top part of that one. And T for top on this one, so that I made sure, because I had those extra holes that I put in. All right, so we're going to do this one first. Glue is a necessity here, people. Tape is not going to cut it. Now I cut this piece to be 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. We're just going to line that up. Make sure that we get that pressed down nicely. We're going to do the same thing on this one. Now I didn't round the corners on the bottom because it didn't make any sense. Again, at 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Before I press it down. Then on the bottom, we're just going to put a little bead of glue around the edge. And this lines up edge to edge, corner to corner. All right, we're just going to let that sit for a few minutes, and we're going to move on to the other side. Now, the way I line this up is I make sure I've got 1/8 of an inch on this side, and then I have 1/8 of an inch top and bottom on there, and then I know this is going to go on straight. Same thing here again. I've rounded the corners only on the top 2 corners, because those are the ones that I need to line up. I'm going to line up the 1/8 of an inch at the top, 1/8 of an inch on both of the sides, and then press it down. A little bit of glue around the outside. And apply the pocket. Now, I'm going to set these off and let them dry, okay? So go ahead and get all your pages put together, get them all covered up, and get them ready to go. And then we'll move on to the next step, okay? All right, guys. Okay, so we have all of our pages covered. And I went through and I poked all the holes. Now, while I was doing this, I did add some internal pockets every few pages. And at this point, I am going to go through and ink all of the edges so that they match the outer sides. And to do that, I am going to be using some Memento Black Tuxedo and a dauber pad. So I'm just going to come through and ink all of my edges all the way around. On both sides. And I'm going to do all the pages. And I really want to make sure that I get the edge here, just so that I don't have anything that shows. And then I'm going to be real careful to keep these in order, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. And I want to pay special attention to any of these pages that have pockets on them, because I want to make sure that I get the pocket and any overage, overhang so that might all of our pages are now inked. I know, right? And we need to do something with these holes. So I got out my handy dandy little setup here. Okay, so the book is ready. We are ready to go. There are a few things in here that I will need to address. The first one is this page right here, where when I was inking it, I accidentally got ink on my finger and touched the paper. So we're going to have to do something about that. And the second one is this page right here, where a little bit of the paper tore up because it got caught on some double-sided tape. So we're going to have to fix that as well. I have some pockets in here and some little tuck spots, little corner pockets and things. So we're going to get all of those decorated. In order to do that, I have some Aleene's Fabric Fusion, which I'm going to give it a try. Never used it before. I have some regular art glitter glue, some double-sided tape. I have a 1/2-inch corner rounder, which is what I've been using throughout the project. A pair of sharp scissors. I do have a adhesive eraser, some Memento ink. I have a selection of stamps. These are like memo stamps and word stamps. This is a U.S. first class mail postage cancel. And then I have these, which are like some maps and wording and things that I just like to use. So I have those in case I want to put any of that on the page. I have some craft paper stamps, stickers here, that are, they look very much like you would expect, like passport stamps in that look. So I've got those. So I could probably like put some of these in and hit them with one of these cancels or something to make it look more authentic. I have some tags that match the colors. I have some airmail stickers that I'm probably going to have to rough up a little bit to take the shine off of. And some very small like postcard tags. I have some washi tape stickers. I have these beautiful Victorian, Edwardian era stickers. I've got some tiny, teeny tiny little journaling cards. Some washi stickers that might work. I also pulled out some coffee dyed library cards, and I'm going to be using these on the backs of some journaling cards, you know, just to add like the lines to the back of the cards. Now, I pulled up this set of cards and I printed them out, and then I realized that they were a little bit bigger than I wanted originally. So I put them back through my computer and I went ahead and reduced them in size. And just so you get an idea, I'll go ahead and put them right sides together. So you can see I took about 1/4 of an inch off the height and about 3/8 of an inch off the side, but that made them much better for the feel of the journal that I'm working with. So I'm going to be using those. Now, these are all sprayed with my sealer so that if I do decide I'm going to decoupage over or add anything to them that's wet, they're not going to run. I do have some colored laces that I'm going to be using, as well as some white lace, and of course I have the jar here of appliques. I don't want to use anything that has like this has a pearl on it, and I'm not really don't want to use this because I don't want to add that elevation that's quite large. It's about 1/4 of an inch, so I don't want to add that to the book in any way. So I will be looking for flat appliques. I also have out my 5-inch Xyron machine over here, just off camera, and I'll be using this when I make the journaling card so that I have a full application of adhesive on the back of the card, and that way I don't worry about it coming up or anything before I go ahead and ink the edges on these. So I'm going to get the journaling cards started really quick. We'll use these library cards to get those done. I did print up some other some other journaling cards. Just not sure where I would use them. I'm probably going to turn them into tags. I may use the larger ones here that I had and make tags out of those so that my tags match my journaling cards. And they're all going to go into this little book. So I am going to get started with that, and I'll be right back. Okay? Here tomorrow for part 2 of this little journal assembly. Okay? In the meantime, do me a favor, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit the red button, subscribe, like me, ring my bell, and share me with all your friends. Because I'm making this little Paris travel notebook. Okay? Till the next time, guys. Bye-bye.